Hi folks, welcome back to Stacey Can. Today I am making red wine jelly. And a perk of this is you get to drink while you do it, if you so choose. Why make red wine jelly? It is a fantastic spread that you can put over fancy cheeses and things like that, but it's also a really excellent glaze. So you can put that, I'm making pork chops tonight, so I'm gonna use that, take a couple of tablespoons, put it in the pan and swirl it about, and if I need more I can. You can mix it in with a little bit more stock to glaze the pan, and bam, it just makes a really good gravy, sauce, whatever. They're pretty versatile. And so and then also put it over, oh gosh, over a brie or something, or a hard cheese. Yum. They're excellent for that kind of a dish that you wish to make. So the type of wine, the first thing you do need for this is 3 4/4 cup of dry red wine. This is a fantastic red wine. I really do love it a lot. It's Espiga, I'm saying it wrong probably. It's from Portugal. This is just it's just a red, just kind of a red blend. It's $8.99 a bottle, which I think is, it's a pretty inexpensive wine. But it's a really great cooking wine. I don't like to go with real cheapy wines when I'm cooking, etc., because it does, you know, it can make your food taste wonky. And the gentleman at the market that I got it from, he said he used a whole bottle when he made his beef bourguignon, and he said it was just spectacular. And I've actually, we keep it in house. It's just a nice, just solid red blend, just something, just it's good. But if you have your own favorite dry red wine, go ahead and use that. You can use obviously a little more expensive, but I would be really cautious on going too inexpensive in quality. That's my opinion there, but you do you. And then you're also going to need a 1/2 cup of lemon juice. You do need the lemon juice, and it's got to be bottled. You can't use fresh squeeze because it's for the pH, for the shelf stability. You do need that acid, shelf stable acid. We need 6 tablespoons of pectin, and this is a straight pectin, not the no sugar or low sugar. You need to use straight regular pectin with this to get it jellified. And then 4 1/2 cups of sugar, which makes you kind of go, yikes. Which, but again, when you're making a sauce or a glaze or something like that, you're only using a little bit. So you're just getting a little bit of a flavor for the entire pan. But it's another reason why you would want to use a dry red wine, is because you are using so much sugar with it. So make sure that the wine that you use is not very sweet. You definitely want to make it a little bit drier, because you're going to be adding a lot of sugar for that. So that's the ingredients, the tools that you need. We're definitely going to need some measuring cups, and I got a measuring spoon here, my tablespoon here. We're going to need our ladle and our funnel, our jar lifter, our Headspace tool. I'm heating the lids, or our lid lifter, Headspace tool, and a chopstick, because we will be bubbling. We're gonna need a big spoon and a spatula here. We'll need some vinegar, which I don't have out, but to clean the rims of the jars with. A stock pot to pour everything into, and then also our canner. I do have my jars in here heating up. This makes about 6 8-ounce, the 1/2 pint jars. It makes about approximately 6. So I actually have 7 heating in there, just in case it makes a little extra. Then I can pour it in there, and we'll use it. Like I said, use it tonight. I won't process that in the jar, in the canner. I do have my lids heating up in this little stock pot too, and I got my rings over here as well. Ba-doop, ba-doop. So those are the tools and the ingredients that you need. So with all of that, let's go ahead and get started. Quick note, this measured out to be exactly 3 1/4 cups of wine. So keep that in mind. If you want some extra wine to drink, you need to buy an extra bottle, which I did, because I'm grown and I like wine. There you go. Another side note is I have measured out my 6 tablespoons of pectin and my 4 1/2 cups of sugar. I'm gonna take about 1/4 of a cup of the sugar, pre-measured sugar, and I'm mixing it in with the pectin right now, and I'm just gonna give it a stir. I just give it a stir with a fork. I kind of like a fork. The reason why we do this is because when you are working with pectin, it clumps up really easily when you mix it in with your boiling stuff here. So I like to give this a really good mix and a good stir the pre-measured sugar that you pour into here, it helps to keep it from clumping, which is always a good thing. So I've done that very quickly. And so I'm going to set this off to the side at the moment, as we are now going to pour in the 3 1/4 cups of dry red wine. I'm adding in my 1/2 cup of lemon juice. And we're going to bring this up to a boil, or at least try to get it to a boil. I'm turning the heat up high, because now we're also going to add the pectin, or the pectin, and with the pre-mixed sugar. The pre-mixed sugar and pectin, and I'm gonna just whisk it in as we go here. I am now bringing to a boil over high heat. So I've got the heat on high, and I'm just waiting for it to come to a good rolling boil. I got a rolling boil going here, so I'm gonna go ahead and pour in all the sugar. You wanna do it all at once and just keep stirring. So I've got this to a rolling boil, and I've set the timer for 2 minutes, and we're gonna boil it hard for those 2 minutes, stirring constantly. 2-minute timer's gone off, so I'm cutting the heat. Now this is the part where you can skim the scum if you'd like, not skim the scum, skim the foam if you would like. I choose not to, but if you want to, all you have to do is just take a spoon and just kind of skim off the top. But I noticed that the foam, there's really not much foam, so I'm not going to do that. But I am going to take a taste. Oh my heart, that's amazing. I'm taking my heated jars out of the canner. And it's about 180 degrees in here. I did measure it with the thermometer. So we're going to use the ladle here and pour it in carefully with the funnel. We are doing a 1/4 of an inch headspace today. I am going to bubble very quickly, just around the rim there, and removing the air bubbles in there. That does impact the headspace. And it looks like we're pretty good on the headspace. I've got a 1/4 of an inch. I've got my paper towel here that I'm dipping in vinegar to clean the rim of the jar. You want to carefully clean it, but make sure it's good and clean, because this is a sugary substance. It's very sugary, jams are, and jellies, so you just want to make sure you got it good and clean. Got my lid lifter that I'm using to get my lids out of the saucepan that we're heating up. Get your band or ring, and just carefully fingertip tight. This is a hot potato jar, hoofda, hot. So fingertip tight, be careful touching it. And then you just want to go straight up and over into the canner. Do not tip or tilt, and repeat. I got the jars in the canner, and I have put the lid on, and I've got it up to high. We're gonna bring it to a rolling boil, and when we do, we'll set the timer. I've got a rolling boil going, so I've set the timer for 10 minutes for my elevation. There will be more information on elevation timings down below in the show notes, and off to the side here too. The timer has gone off, the 10-minute timer for my elevation, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut the heat here. I've turned it all the way off, and then we're gonna go ahead and take the lid off very carefully. You wanna open it away from your face, or you'll get a facial you don't want. And we're gonna set the lid off to the side and set a timer for 5 minutes. The 5-minute timer, allowing it to set in the canner here prior to moving the jars out, allow for the food to settle inside the jars, and it just makes it for better opportunities for sealing. The 5-minute timer has gone off, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove the jars. And look at that beautiful color. And this is how we make red wine jelly. It is tasty. It is tasty. It doesn't even really taste like wine. It's almost like grape jelly in a way, but there is a little bit of a zing to it. Not alcohol-y. It's just got that good pungent flavor that a good red wine will bring you. So that is how we make it. The recipe is located down below, and while you're down there, please like and subscribe. That does help. And if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, feedback, concerns, by all means, please reach out to me. I'm on Facebook at Stacey Can. You can at me on TikTok and Instagram at Stacey Can Can. My website is www.staceycancan.com, and my email is info@staceycancan.com. Thanks so much again for joining me today, and until next time, happy canning and happy having a glass of wine.